So viewers, we are going to talk about the entire process that started after the stampede. An investigation began by the Cubbon Park police. Then the government said, well, it's going to be the CID that will take over. There was a magisterial inquiry and so much more. But everything that has happened after that has been in court. In the latest development here, there has been some temporary relief that has come the way of RCB and DNA. The hearing just got over a little while ago. This is a breaking update that we are bringing to you on our show here. No fresh arrests until the court has actually heard this matter. So that's the latest development as we look at the case unfold in the Karnataka High Court. Some relief coming the way. 4 people are arrested, mind you. Now, they continue to remain in custody. The Royal Challengers Bengaluru on Monday approached the Karnataka High Court seeking to quash the criminal case registered against them in connection with a stampede at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. This was on the 4th of June. Now, this left 11 people dead. Several others were injured. The FIR, of course, that was filed under charges of culpable homicide not amounting to murder and criminal negligence was registered following a tragic overcrowding incident during a public event that was held to celebrate RCB's maiden IPL title win. Now, the event organizer, DNA, and also RCB had filed separate petitions challenging the FIR against them, and they've also sought the quashing of these FIRs. Karnataka High Court will be hearing RCB and DNA's pleas challenging the criminal cases against them on the 10th of June. Meanwhile, a group of retired senior police officers have urged the Karnataka Chief Minister to revoke the suspension that was made on several IPS officers and other officials at the Cubbon Park police station. Now, we should also note here that while the temporary relief, of course, has come the way of the Royal Challengers and even the DNA Entertainment or officials at it, those who are arrested will continue to remain in custody. There's no relief for them. Now, the entire blame game, of course, like we were mentioning, is about who's responsible for it. While Mr. Siddaramaiah has said that it was the cops that were responsible, there was dereliction of duty, and that's why he has suspended it. Now, former top cops have written to him saying, revoke the suspension, it was wrong. First, let's listen to what Mr. Siddaramaiah said as to why he suspended the police officers.
ಏನಂತ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
ನೀವು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. DPR ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಾನು ಕುಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ. ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆದಿದೆಯಾ? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರು, ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ರು. ವಿಧಾನಸೌಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಆಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ? ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಕ್ರೀಡಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? ಯಾರ್ರೀ? ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವ್ರು ಬಂದೋಬಸ್ತ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
So let's open this up. We have a panel of guests joining us. We'll very soon be joined by Mr. B.L. Vora. He's a former IPS officer. He's one of the signatories to this open letter to the Karnataka Chief Minister. We also have Dhruv Jatti, spokesperson of the Karnataka Congress, joining us today. Dr. Sudha Halkai, spokesperson of the BJP here in Karnataka, also with us. Before I go to Mr. Vora, let me ask Dhruv here. Dhruv, a lot of questions are being asked by the family, especially of those who've lost their loved ones. When is this blame game going to stop? Who is going to own up that it was their responsibility, Dhruv?
Deepak, I'd like to begin the show firstly, paying my condolences to those who passed away in the tragic Mumbai train incident today. I'm hearing that around 5 people passed away in this tragic incident, and it's sad that a prolonged series of stampedes has been, affecting the entire nation. Coming to your question, like you said in your opening remarks as well, when the show started, that most of the action is happening in the court, and yes, that's true. Along with the court hearings, there is an investigation parallelly that is being taking place, and we will have to wait until this investigation is over in order to speak anything. Otherwise, it would be rather premature statements being made.
But Dhruv, the Karnataka Chief Minister has said that, well, there was dereliction of duty from the police. So according to him, his portion of the investigation is over because you've already suspended the police. That's exactly what Mr. Vora, who's now on the show, and other IPS officers are pointing out. Without a thorough investigation, how did you come to that conclusion? Let me take that across to Mr. Vora. Mr. Vora, you're one of the signatories, I believe, to that open letter to the Chief Minister. What are your concerns here regarding the suspension of the Bengaluru Police Commissioner and several other police officers?
Is that without any reason.
If you
The
could
police
unmute
commissioner
yourself,
and other
Mr. Vora, we're
officers-
unable to hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Our concern is that police commissioner and some other officers have been suspended wrongly, illogically. This should not have been done. Police commissioner and other officers had mentioned that police will be unable to make arrangements. It was mentioned to the state government. Still, they were overruled. And now, when the tragedy has occurred, they have been made the scapegoat of this. See, look at this stadium itself, Chidambaram Stadium. It can hold only 35,000 people. And there were 2-3 lakhs people. The Karnataka State Association, they went and telling people come in large numbers and all. So the state government was advised, but overruled because of, I don't know what reasons can be. It can be reason popularity, it can be felicitation, it can be political reasons, God knows what. The tragedy is now in this country, what is happening is that police is being treated rather shabbily, if I may say. It's not only in Karnataka, it's of course all the states across the board. All political parties also are involved in this issue. But this is very brazen. Even such a senior officer, his integrity is so well known. And he has given advice and you go against his advice. And when the thing happens, you suspend him. This is definitely not fair. But yes, our condolences, of course. We feel bad that people have died.
But Mr. Vora,
and we have
I want to ask you on the basis of what Mr. Siddaramaiah said. He says that the first death was reported around 3:10 p.m. that evening. He was informed only post 5:30. So he says that was dereliction. He also says that, the entire in charge as far as security is concerned was the police, the top officials in the department. They were supposed to do it. They didn't do their job. That's why the stampede happened. This is his justification for the suspension.
Look, my friend, what happens is, see, when such huge arrangements are needed, lot of homework is required. You have considered deployment. You have considered whether people are available at your command or not. Whether do you have enough police force or not? You have to get in touch with organizers. You have to get in touch with the political parties. You have to get in touch with so many people. It takes a lot of preparation. And they have recommended that don't hold it. We will be unable to make arrangements. I mean, after all of us who are seeing, see, we have all served as Directors General of Police in all the states, and there are other officers also senior. We are honestly anguished. Our only request to Chief Minister now is, please reinstate them. You are holding a judicial inquiry into the matter. Let it come out. And if they are at fault, do take action against them. But you can't have it both.
I'll take that across to the Congress spokesperson here, Mr. Vora. Dhruv, I think you heard him loud and clear. There is a one-man commission that you've appointed. Earlier, you had appointed a magisterial inquiry. When all of this is pending, why, in a haste, did you suspend officers?
Deepak, the requests made by the IAS Association are extremely valid. Every organization as such has the right to write to the Chief Minister and express their concern. The senior police officer, Mr. Dayanand's service to the state has been invaluable over these last few months. That cannot be contested by anybody. The fact that an investigation is going on...
Then why put an end to it so unceremoniously, Dhruv? That's the question that former IPS officers are asking, citizens are asking. I, in fact, spoke to the father of one of the victims. He is asking. He is saying that it was the police that carried his son to the hospital. His only chance, if he had survived, were the police. They were doing their job. This is coming from the family of the victims. Then if you're saying his service was invaluable, then why remove him so unceremoniously is the question that many of them are asking.
Deepak, questions are extremely valid, and there's no grounds on denying any of them. But there is an inquiry taking place at this point of time, and making sure that the inquiry is not influenced by anybody who is in power is equally as important. So, therefore, for a free and fair investigation, it's important that it must be carried out in a certain way, and it must be proceeded in a certain way. Keeping
Why
that
not
in mind, and also the
Chief
CM's
Minister and the Deputy
statements.
Chief Minister resign for a fair investigation?
Hold on, Sudha. Let him complete. Let him have his say.
No,
We'll
let
come
me.
to you next. Let him complete.
Let me. No, Miss Sudhamurthy, since you're so fond of investigations and resignations, please tell me: did the Gujarat CM resign when the Morbi
Doctor,
bridge collapsed?
let me correct you.
More than
Let me correct you.
100.
Let's not once
More
again
than-
deviate. Dhruv,
more than
I interrupted.
more than 170
Dr.
people
Halkai
died.
there. I
What
said
about-
you can complete what you're saying. Let's not deviate from the issue.
Yeah, Deepak, I reiterate my stance to what I said, that for a free and fair investigation, there's a process that must be followed. And the Congress party appreciates and acknowledges the service of, Dayanandji, and it's well acknowledged across the state, across all sections of society.
Okay.
But,
Okay,
but
Dhruv,
one-
while you're
one
saying
thing
this,
is-
but the Chief Minister, of
one
course, had a
thing-
complete different say.
But
He has
one-
made it amply clear that it was dereliction of duty. They didn't really inform him. They didn't brief him. That those are the reasons for them suspending him. You're also saying that there's a need for an impartial inquiry here. And if the inquiry, of course, is going to go on, that's when you probably come to a conclusion if there is dereliction here. I'll come now to Dr. Sudha Halkai. Sudha, firstly, make your point. You wanted to rebut what Dhruv was saying.
Deepak, I just wanted to know, for a fair investigation, why shouldn't the CM and the Deputy CM resign from their post? If they are found not guilty, let them come back to their post. Why is it not done? Only the officials.
Why
are
didn't they
blamed
resign in
here
Gujarat?
because-
Why didn't they
minute.
resign in Mumbai?
I'll tell you.
Stampedes only happen in Karnataka when Congress government is there. You will not ask for resignations where BJP governments are there.
Dhruv,
What is
please
this
stop this. In
hypocrisy?
spite of the DCPs,
Please
advice
don't play
not to
politics
go for a
over
celebration.
lives lost.
We are not
No. BJP is playing politics over
politicizing
lives
this
lost,
issue.
and this is
It is
disgusting.
the parents of
No,
the
if you are
children
not
who have
politi-
lost their lives. It is all the
So
editorials. It is the
parents
media
and
which are
children did not
saying
lose their
it's the
lives in
CM
Gujarat.
and the
They did
minister
not lose their
CM,
lives
it
in
is the
Mumbai.
CM and the-
Did you ask?
Okay,
Did you ask for the
Dhruv,
resignation
let
of
her
the CM
complete.
over there?
Dhruv Jatni, let her complete. Let her complete. You can rebut after that. Let's not talk over each other. Let's have a sane debate.
Deepak, let us go back to the history and see what is the track record of Mr. Sidramaiah whenever it comes to investigations. Take it Lokayukta, he has slashed all the cases and he had completely closed the Lokayukta. When it came to the Muda, then he put the blame game on the officers. It's the same thing. Take it any issue when there is any investigation on Mr. Sidramaiah, he sees to that he gets a clean sheet by putting the blame game. He is very known. He is master of the escape routes when it comes to his investigation. This is first point. Second thing is what Mr. Sidramaiah has told. It is not near the Vidhan Sauda and it is during near the stadium. The stampede has taken place. Doesn't the stadium come in Karnataka? Doesn't the stadium come in Bangalore? What is he talking about? Huh? He has denied the DCP's advice that the celebration should not go on. If at all they are going to do it, it is on the terms and conditions, which were not followed. And what the
Okay.
DN,
Dr. Halkai, I want to interrupt you and I want to add here. You yourself are saying that the DCP here advised the government against holding this celebration. Am I right? Did I hear that right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, why did the BJP
Yes, very much
then
right.
put out social media posts that day questioning, while initially, there were reports that the parade or the victory march was going to be cancelled. It was the BJP that started to question why people in Bengaluru are not being allowed to celebrate. You questioned the Home Minister. You questioned the same police. Now you're backing the same police who advised against this ceremony or advised against the parade. So you can't have that duplicity here, Dr. Halkai. You'll have to answer why you asked for a parade in the first place as well when the police were advising against it.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Deepak, take in the past 2 years, the law and order has completely collapsed. First and foremost, the policemen are not safe in Karnataka. The police stations are being attacked. Okay, this is third or fourth time the police stations are being attacked. The law and order has completely collapsed in Karnataka. Why did the CM post it on the Twitter that come for the celebrations to the people? Why did the deputy CM call for the people come for the celebration? Why was the
No, you have to
preparations
answer my
not
question
made?
as well, Dr. Halka. You have to answer my
See,
question.
earlier-
You have
earlier-
to answer why the
I'd like to
BJP
comment.
questioned the
going
police's
on a
decision
open,
not to
going
have
on
a
a open
parade.
procession. Going
If you
on
are
a
today
open
going to
procession,
defend the
if
police,
it
why
was
weren't
a-
you defending the
I'll tell
police
you.
on the day they cancelled the parade?
See, I'll tell you, the open parade would have made people, all the people would have seen them. That is what this thing. Second thing is, they have closed more maximum gates in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Only 3 gates were open. And the DNA has told that 580 of their personal security people were deployed, and no sufficient police people were deployed near the Chinnaswamy Stadium. Only near the Vidhan Sabha, maximum police were deployed. Okay, it is the duty, the custodian of the constitution, Mr. Sidramaya, to take care that when they knew there was so much of huge celebrations gathering going on the previous night in all the streets, then didn't they know?
Okay.
The police officials had already told. It is common sense, Deepak, and let me tell you very clearly, I being a mother, I being a doctor, I am not doing any blame game over here. It is a very sensitive matter. That absolute ignorance was
I
done
have just
over
about a
there.
minute left, so I'm going to quickly allow Dhruv to respond
They
as
have
well.
to
Dhruv, go ahead.
accept that which they are not accepting it.
No, Dr.
Dhruv, I
Sudha,
want you to
Dr. Sudha,
conclude
want the-
with what's the
Dr.
assurance to
no,
the
Dr.
family
Sudha,
members of the victims as well, because I'm just going to have the father of one of the victims speak to us in a short while from now, because I want that assurance as well before I go to him. Dhruv.
Understood, Deepak. So, being an RCB fan myself, the situation was extremely difficult to understand and to take in on the whole. And what's important now is to make sure that justice for these victims are brought. That is the primary focus of the government in Karnataka, and the Congress stands very strongly. We are going to make sure that the investigation is going to be out soon and be with the families that have been affected. We are also hoping that, as the court proceedings continue, tomorrow 10:30 again is the other hearing. We are watching it very closely, and we are praying strongly with these families and also with the 5 lives lost in Mumbai today.
Right, Dhruv.
Deepak, it is
Sudha
more
Halka
like,
and also Mr.
Siddharamaya's
Vora,
Raj over here.
Thank you all for joining us. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. We'll, of course, continue to keep a close track of all the developments on this story. We'll keep coming back to you for the answers, both the Congress and the BJP here, because at the end of the day, blame games won't help. True justice for the victims is all that they're asking. And today, while we talk about the victims, I have Mr. Lakshman, the father of 21-year-old Bhumik. Now, he lost his life in the stampede. I, in fact, met Mr. Lakshman at the Vaidehi hospital. He was in tears. All that he was hoping was, all the formalities to be completed at the hospital and, so that he could just go back home with the mortal remains of his son. After the final rites, videos of him at the grave of his son have also gone viral. He has questioned the compensation. He has questioned the suspension of the police officers. And he says that there was no need for anyone to hold that event on the day when the police advised against it. Let's listen to this conversation. Well, viewers, I was at the Vidhan Sabha on the day when the stampede occurred. Now, a moment of joy turned into a moment of tragedy, and one can only fathom what the families of the victims went through. Now, while I was at the Vaidehi hospital that evening, I met Mr. D.H. Lakshman, the father of Bhumik who had lost his life in the stampede at the Chinnaswamy. He's joining us today. The pictures of him speaking about how the government didn't do enough to ensure security of those who had gathered there, didn't do enough to protect his child, and also the pictures of him rolling on the grave of his son has moved the entire country and raised the question: has the government, has the police really done enough in this case? And true justice, is it really far away? Mr. Lakshman, thank you for joining us today here on NDTV. I just want to ask you, you have been pointing out several issues over the last, few days about how this event transpired, how security was not in place, and how your son who has lost his life cannot be brought back. Tell us today, do you think that justice has been done? There have been suspensions, there have been arrests, FIRs, investigations. Do you think but true justice has been done, Mr. Lakshman?
सर एक्चुअली इधर से कॉलेज के लिए गया था सुबह. ओके उन्होंने कॉलेज के बाद कॉलेज वो 11 बजे के उसको ख़त्म हो गया था. बाद में वो फ्रेंड्स लोग मिला के सीधा उधर बात करके स्टेडियम गया था. वो जाने के पहले उसका माँ के लिए फ़ोन करके बोला है वो माँ मैं स्टेडियम अभी तक नहीं देखा, उधर जाके देख के आ रहा हूँ करके बोल के गया था। बाद में उसी को मेरा बीबी ने उसको बताने के टाइम उसी का लाइन कट हो गया था। बाद में उसी को लाइन ही नहीं मिला था, उसीलिए उसको उधर से ऐसे ही गया था। बाद में उसको फ़ोन ट्राई किया तो फ़ोन नहीं मिल रहा था। अब आपको पता है उस दिन सेलिब्रेशन वो वो आईपीएल मैच के रात में कितना बजे हो गया था, 11 बजे तक हो गया था। उसने कितना क्राउड उसके पीछे था, उधर कितना गैदर ही था, उसको सभी उसको पता था। वो गवर्नमेंट के लिए उसको सभी पता है कि रात में कितना वो सेलिब्रेशन कितना था, कितना बजे तक हो गया था, इधर ट्रैफिक का रूल्स कैसे था, वो सभी उसको पता था। वो ज़रूर नहीं था उधर प्रोग्राम रखने के लिए, उसी दिन प्रोग्राम रखने के लिए उधर ज़रूर नहीं था। ओके, ज़रूर नहीं था उसके लिए। वो तो बाद में भी उसको वो प्रोग्राम किया था, प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया था। उसके बाद उसको वो उधर ठीक से वो सिक्योरिटी ठीक से नहीं, सिक्योरिटी नहीं था उधर, एक एम्बुलेंस का फैसिलिटी भी नहीं था, इसीलिए वो ऐसा ट्रेजेडी हो गया था। मैं उसी को कैसे बता सकता, मैं लड़का ऐसा लोगा लड़का नहीं है। वो तो वो बहुत उसी का उसके बारे में नहीं बता सकता मैंने उसके बारे में। वो सभी को पूछिए, इधर से उसी का स्कूल से तो कॉलेज तक उसी को पूछिए वो कैसा लड़का था। वो बिना बता के नहीं जा रहा था, उस लड़कों लोग मिला के उसको लेके गया था। उधर सिक्योरिटी सिक्योरिटी उतना अच्छा नहीं था, सिर्फ बाद में भी उसी का उतना लोग गैदरिंग होता है करके उसको भी पता था। वो उसके लिए अरेंज किया था करके मुझे मालूम नहीं है। वो अभी सोच रहा हूँ, अभी देख रहा हूँ, अभी देखने के बाद मुझे पता चल गया वो सब लोग के लिए, वो पब्लिक के लिए नहीं है, सिर्फ उसका फैमिली है और उसी का उसके लिए वो प्रोग्राम अरेंज किया करके मैं सोच रहा हूँ साहब जी।
लेकिन लक्ष्मण जी एक बात बताइए, अभी सरकार एक कॉम्पनसेशन अनाउंस किया है, पहले 10 लाख अनाउंस किया था, बाद में इसको 25 लाख बनाया। आरसीबी की तरफ से कॉम्पनसेशन अनाउंस हुआ है, क्या आप खुश हैं ऐसे कॉम्पनसेशन अनाउंसमेंट से?
वो कॉम्पनसेशन मुझे वो कॉम्पनसेशन कुछ नहीं चाहिए मुझे, सिर्फ मेरा बच्चा था ना उसको मिला दिया तो उसका कॉम्पनसेशन मुझे, उसका भी कुछ और उसका भी ज़्यादा मुझे खुश हो रहा है ना साहब जी। मैं पता नहीं है, वो सब लोग बता रहा हो कॉम्पनसेशन दे रहा, वो दे रहा करके, अभी तक मुझे भी कुछ भी पता नहीं है साहब जी। अभी मैं गांव आए तो गांव से मेरा उसी का कार्य करके इधर बेंगलोर में आ गया था। आने के बाद तुम्हारा लोग उधर से इधर तक फ़ोन करके ही मेरे लिए पूछ रहा था साहब जी ऐसा आ रहा हो थोड़ा देखता हूँ, इसीलिए आपके सामने बैठ के बात कर रहा हूँ। उसका बारे में कुछ भी पता नहीं है साहब जी मुझे।
Well, that's all we have in this edition of the Southern View. We'll be back tomorrow, of course. News and updates continue on NDTV. Don't go anywhere.